This is what a half an inch of snow looks like. One slice of bread in terms of snow fell in the last half hour. Over 2 inches of rain there. So this is the reason why we have flash flood warnings in effect for still the York area through 4:45 p.m. In addition, we have flood advisories. These both refer to flash flooding on the small streams and creeks, as well as some of the roads. Even though we're still getting a lot of heavy rain, it is weakening. A lot earlier, this heavy rain extended much higher up into the storm, close to the jet stream level where the planes fly at 40,000 feet. Now that heavy rain is closer to the ground, and it just means that storm is slowly weakening and dying out. And you're going to see this when I loop storm tracker radar.
Beggars can't
I'm asking for a lot.
Yes.
I know I'm asking for a lot, but
Give a mouse a cookie, he wants a glass of milk. It's that simple. We get him his cooler 60s. 60s are seasonal for this time of year. What does he say? Get me sun. I'll get you sun, but I'm not going to get you 60s tomorrow. I'm going to get you
goodness.
70s.
Now you're talking my
I'm going to
language.
get you mid-70s. I'm going to get you 80s on Sunday. 80s on the way for you, Denise. That's Sunday for you. All right, these clouds, they're going to be slow to go. Yeah, incredible. Hail, rain. I want to talk a little bit more about some of the flash flooding we've been seeing. Check out some of these pictures. My friend got this for me. He's a professor at Penn State, York. He's a doctor of meteorology. And look at this flash flooding in Mount Wolf. That's in York County, north of the city of York. And he actually drove around and was checking things out. They got over 3 inches of rain in the Mount Wolf area. Check it out right there. The rain is just washing in between these two houses as we see it right there. And then look at that right there. The rainwater just collecting on some of the low spots in the grass. And anyway, what's been interesting about some of this heavy rain is it's just been sitting over the same area for a couple hours. Let's turn it over to live storm tracker radar right now and check out that heavy rain, which continues to fall in York County. But thankfully at this point, it's moving out of the Mount Wolf area. We don't have the heavy rain there. We just have some light rain. So we're tracking some of this heavy rain still in southern Adams County, also in Lancaster County. Let's zoom into Lancaster County. Look how we have lots of lightning. That's also been a problem with these storms throughout the whole entire day. There's been so much lightning. Look at this heavy rain just about to roll into Marduk as we speak. Again, these are slow-moving storms. We're not used to that in the summer. Usually, strong storms move pretty fast. You have them for about half an hour. That's it. Not the case with these. This is at least an hour, so you're getting over 1 inch to 2 inches of rain out of these storms alone. Here's what I did. I cut this storm in Adams County, it's this New Oxford, in half, and here's what I want to show you. Even though we're still getting a lot of heavy rain, it is weakening. A lot earlier, this heavy rain extended much higher up into the storm, close to the jet stream level where the planes fly at 40,000 feet. Now that heavy rain is closer to the ground, and it just means that storm is slowly weakening and dying out. And you're going to see this when I loop storm tracker radar over the last couple hours. I want you to watch how you're going to see less reds as we loop this in time. Now, yeah, it popped out, but the storm is even itself getting smaller. With that said, you can see the track of these storms. They're just pretty much just sitting over the same spot, gradually moving south. They're slowly wrapping up. We're definitely seeing less reds, that heavy rain in parts of Lancaster County and York County, which is good news. Let's give it a couple more hours, and then we're done with the storms. I want to talk about some estimated rainfall amounts. There's a reason we've been seeing flash flooding. Here, the Mount Wolf area, let's check in. 3.5 inches of rain. No surprise with that storm just sitting over there for a couple hours. Let's check in here in parts of northern Adams County and Cumberland County. Over 2 inches of rain there. So this is the reason why we have flash flood warnings in effect for still the York area through 4:45 p.m. In addition, we have flood advisories. These both refer to flash flooding on the small streams and creeks, as well as some of the roads. This flood advisory for parts of Cumberland County, northern Adams County, till 5:45. We still have more on the board. Let's check them out. Flash flood warning for Lebanon County for a couple more minutes till 4:45 this afternoon, and a flood advisory for this part of York County heading toward Hanover till 6:15 p.m. Again, that's for flooding on the roadways and some of those small streams. The storms are ending over the next few hours, thankfully, right? We're going to be dry throughout the rest of the night, but there's more storms to come this week. But thankfully, we're doing the heavy lifting today. The storms the rest of the week will be much, much weaker, and there's going to be a lot fewer of them as well. In addition, ooh, it really gets humid. You thought it was humid today. Wait until tomorrow and later this week. And the 90s are coming back on Tuesday, and once they come back, they're staying through Friday. Let's just eye up to later this evening. As the storms end, the temperature's hanging out around 80. Once those storms end, you're really going to notice the humidity. Now, I know some of you have not gotten storms, like in parts of not only Mifflin County and Juniata County and Cumberland County, but a lot of other spots have been less fortunate. Temperatures tomorrow morning right around the low 60s to get you started. We will see some more patchy fog, and then we're working our way to 90 in the afternoon. Only 1 or 2 spots gets a storm tomorrow, and we won't have gusty winds with those storms, so we won't get severe thunderstorm warnings. But check out the heat. The heat is on, but the humidity makes it feel closer to 100 degrees. We're breaking down this heat wave when I come back with that 7-day. Just in case you're wondering, today we made it all the way up to 94 degrees. And don't worry, we're not getting the 90s tomorrow. Oh no, thankfully they are not coming back after this long stretch that we had. Instead, we're looking at highs hanging out in the low 80s. And that's just part one of the weather changes. The second part, some drier conditions. We talk about how long they last coming up. For just a minute, can I get a little philosophical with you? So if you're going to go enter in your GPS where you want to go, right, you got to write where you came from. So for weather, sometimes it's good to talk about where we came from. So let's take a look at some highs over the past few days. For scale, the average high this time of year is mid-60s. I just want to put that out there. We've been spoiled lately, like earlier in the week with, look at this, near 80 degrees on Sunday, and then we were well in the 80s on Monday and Tuesday. Then we started dropping, but hey, we were just getting closer to average. 70 on Wednesday, 60s yesterday. What are these 60s doing here? Well, they're back for more today because here's your highs for the afternoon. Seasonal 60s. I just want to keep adding that. This is typically what we get for this time in October. And it's interesting that we needed the clouds up in the sky to get these 60s because that's the reason we have them. See, tomorrow we'll get some sun in the afternoon. That takes us into the 70s. And then you add a wind coming from the south, pulling up that warm air. Look what it does on Sunday. Oh yeah, we're talking that right there. We're talking some 80s, looking pretty good. Now, we got to wait until tomorrow afternoon to get that sun back. And it'll be gradual because you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to look outside and you go, we're going to get sun later today? Yeah, eventually. You just got to wait on Saturday. We're going to get it. Sunday starts out sunny, but then the clouds get us again in the afternoon. And then overnight Sunday, we get some showers. But next week, it's more seasonal again in the 60s and then above average in the 70s. So that's what we're tracking for you over the next few days. Right now, we're looking live outside. We're seeing the cloudy skies in Mechanicsburg, and we're looking at how temperatures are in the 50s, and it does feel comfortable outside because of the 50s. You know, what's interesting is if it wasn't cloudy right now, we'd be in the 40s. Live Storm Tracker radar says not a thing coming down from the sky yet. Later this afternoon, that's a different story. Your hour-by-hour forecast will show you how later today we'll get a quick light shower here or there. See, look how most of the spots are dry at 1 o'clock. There's a quick sprinkle showing up in southern York County at 1 o'clock by Delta, a couple over Gap in the city of Lancaster. Then a couple more showers in particular popping up to the east right here, the Susquehanna River, like in York County, Lancaster County, Lebanon County, and Dauphin County at about 5. Now, I want to stress that most of the day is dry. And when we do get a couple quick showers, they're not lasting long. Emphasis on the word quick, and the rain's light. Got to tell you, a pretty cool event happening in downtown Harrisburg today. It's to raise some awareness for the big brothers and big sisters. Here's what's happening. Folks are going to be rappelling down an 18-story building throughout the day. Yeah, seriously. It's going to be down the Market Square Plaza building. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s for that. It should be quite the spectacle if you're anywhere near downtown Harrisburg today. That's pretty cool. You're going to see Spider-Man on the building. Then for this evening, temperatures still in the 60s in case you want to do a little grilling later tonight. And then tomorrow, thanks to some afternoon sun, and again, we got to wait until late in the afternoon to get that sun, we get the mid-70s. And we're not stopping there. Let's bring on those 80s for your Sunday. There they are. Now, the 80s not here to last. Cold front gets us Sunday night, brings some showers overnight Sunday, and then by Monday morning it's dry, but it's chillier. Look at that, 60s, seasonal 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and then up into the 70s we go by the end of the next week. But look at this, look at all that sunshine on the way for next week. So after a little bit of a cloudy weekend, bring on that sun. Right now, just bring in your niece because it's traffic time.